Welcome to Medicine Talk ND Live, where you can discover life without medicine. Join us live 12 to 1 CST every weekday, where you can talk to a naturopathic doctor for free and learn more about naturopathic medicine. ND Live is brought to you in partnership with FullScript, the doctor's choice for delivering the safest source of professional-grade supplements to their patients.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Eli Camp. I'm with Medicine Talk, and we are doing interviews with naturopathic doctors around the country who participate with us in ND Live. And we found that folks are so curious about our doctors, and we thought this would be a great way for you all to get to know them. And I'm so excited for a couple of reasons today to welcome Dr. Amber Golshani. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Dr. Golshani has something called a virtual practice. And so tell us, Dr. Golshani, how did you find naturopathic medicine, and, you know, what is it to you? And then maybe we can get into what a virtual practice is.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me, Eli. I'm really happy to be here. So how did I find natural medicine? I think natural medicine has always been to me. Naturopathic medicine is who I am, but I needed somebody to kind of open that door for me to discover what was already there. And it, strangely enough, it happened in another country. It happened in Australia. I was there for the last semester of my undergraduate college career. At that time, I was a chemistry major. I knew pretty clearly that I did not want to pursue a career that would keep me in a lab all day. Much more of a people person, and I really needed something that I could feel like I was making a bigger difference. Chemistry is great. It does make a difference, but it's a very small focus. So anyway, so I had finished all my core requirements in chemistry and was able to do this semester abroad, which really opened my eyes. And while we were there, our instructor invited people from all different walks of life to come and talk to us about what they do, just to expose us to different ideas. I met a naturopath. I still remember her name. I still keep in touch with her. Within minutes of her speaking, I just knew this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is my calling. I wrote it down in a notebook. I said, this is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, from then on, I mean, I just pursued it doggedly. I didn't even know that the career existed in the United States. So I came home, and the internet was like not a very fast and wonderful, convenient thing at that time. So I, had to like go to the computer lab at the school and boot up the computer and dial the modem, and found out that there were 4 schools at that time. And I found the core requirements I had to do, and I just applied, and I knew that honestly, I didn't do like a lot of research, like logical fact finding. It was in my heart, and I said, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. It's not everyone, I think, is so lucky to have things come into crystal clear focus like that for them. Sometimes not in their whole life.
Yeah.
And certainly not that allows, a person to pursue a career like that. That's great.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what a virtual practice is and what your practice is like.
Sure. So I had a small private practice in Maryland, which is where I lived for the past 10 years. And it was great. Worked one-on-one with people that came into my office, and I did like that because I like to hug people. So that part I definitely missed. But about 2 years ago, we decided to move, and we really wanted to make a lifestyle change for ourselves. And my patients were sad that I was leaving in Maryland, and I wanted a bit more geographic freedom to be able to travel and take time off. And so it kind of came to me to start doing consultations by phone or Skype. And I've been pursuing that for about 2 years now. I still do, the same basic consultations that I was doing before in Maryland. We get into really a lot of depth with people, and then we do follow-ups just the same as if it was in person. But this way I can work with people all over the country. Anybody, I'm not geographically limited. And this way too, I've been kind of just spreading the word about what I do through social media and through my email newsletter. And hopefully, people share with their friends. And I hear from people all the time just saying, there's nobody around me. What do I do? I don't want to drive 4 hours. So.
Right. No, absolutely. So it sounds a little bit, so although I have a concierge practice where people engage to work with me for, an entire year at a time, a significant portion of my practice is virtual in that way. So it's telemedicine, right?
Yeah.
That's really great. So now, Dr. Golshani, I'll just tell all of you, she's a vitalist through and through, right? She believes in the core of naturopathic medicine, restoring health, not masking symptoms. So tell us, though, do you have a particular interest, like a type of patient that you're working with, certain age group or certain condition, or is it everything, cradle to grave, no matter what?
I started out very broad. Yes, infants, elderly, everything in between. And as I have developed my own sense and been through my own health issues, ups and downs, I have kind of honed in on a type of patient that I like to work with and that I seem to get really amazing results. So my little motto is healthy without obsession and happy without condition.
Wow.
And for me, it was really important that I put that happy without condition part in there, because I do believe that our whole body is connected, and you can't just have physical health if you don't have the mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And I felt like that is the biggest part, I think, that is ignored in our dominant medical system, is we just look at these pieces and we're not looking at the whole picture. And I even saw in my practice that people would get so obsessed with, say, the meal plan or the diet plan, guidelines that I gave them, that it became, like a moral religious code to live by, and then would get emotionally kind of get into this place of obsession and despair. And they made a lot of assumptions about what their physical health, shape, and size meant to who they were as a whole person. So I've worked a lot with women who are kind of coming from a orthorexia or healthy eating obsession background. And the bigger picture is really about developing self-trust in our inherent healing ability and self-love, unconditional self-love.
Wow. That's really powerful. And, I think folks coming from that probably are suffering a little traumatic stress.
Yeah.
And damage from having been conditioned to think. I see your posts on social media, which are really encouraging, and they're strong. It's a strong message you're sending, and I really celebrate it with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Camp. Yeah.
So, I've asked all the NDs this. I'm going to ask you to share a little herbal medicine with us. And
okay.
Do you have a favorite herb of the day or the month, and tell us why you like it?
Yeah. I'm glad you gave me a little heads up, because I do love so many herbs, and it's really become more of a interest of mine to examine their effects on the psyche. So I think in school we kind of learned, I felt like, much more the physical impact of the herbs, which is powerful and wonderful medicine that harmonizes and works with our body. But I've really been into passion flower.
Oh, nice herb.
Passiflora, which is so calming and restorative to those people who feel like kind of frazzled, on edge, irritable. One of my herbal mentors called it bitchwort because it just took that. It takes that little bit of bitchy edge away.
Right.
So personally, I've used it a lot, and I tend to find that, again, dealing with the type of patients that I have, there is that vigilance to keep up that kind of like, I must be 100% clean diet all the time, and feeling like they're trapped in this self-imposed jail cell about what's good and what's bad. Like you said, like it's almost like there's some post-traumatic stress disorder, and they need herbs that are going to be nurturing and restorative. And and I find that passion flower, it seems to work well with everybody.
Well, it's a great herb, and it's so beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it is amazing that you chose that, because we are beautiful as women, all of us, every shape, every size.
Yeah,
we are. So, well, thank you for sharing that with us and the world. So I'm sure there's people that are very interested in getting in touch with you. And can you tell us the best way for them to do that?
Sure. My website is drambergolshani.com. I know my last name is a mouthful, but I think you'll see it there at the bottom of your screen, how to spell it out. And as Eli said, I am on social media. Probably most frequently, you'll find me on Facebook. And again, it's Dr. Amber Golshani. And I am on Twitter as well, Dr. Amber Golshani, to keep it easy. So if you go to my site, you can just sign up for the email newsletter, and that is the best way to find out about when I start accepting patients. And also I do share a lot of naturopathic wisdom and insights in those emails.
And she does. I love your social media feed.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
Great. You cut out with the Twitter. Can you repeat the Twitter again?
Sure. My Twitter is Dr. Amber Golshani.
Surprise.
Yeah. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Now, for all of you out there who'd like to jump on the phone with Dr. Golshani, we are there 12 to 1 Central Standard Time every weekday, some weekends. And Dr. Golshani is on once a month. So if you jump over to medicinetalk.org, you'll see the public calendar link there, and you can see when she's on. And she also posts on her social media when she's going to be on ND Live. So if you're following her there, you can see right away when she's going to be there. So thank you so much for all the work you do in our profession, for the doctor that you are, and for taking the time to be with me today.
Thank you, Dr. Camp. It's wonderful. Thank you for helping us share the message.
Absolutely. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Visit medicinetalk.org to join us at ND Live today. And be sure to ask your doctor about Full Script.